All right, let's try this and keep it under 10 minutes or so this time. I am back with the weekly debrief, little thing that I like to do, more or less just for the heck of it, to recap what's going on in the past week or so, look at things from a high level down to the local level, and how that affects my everyday life and preps. So let's dive into it. Looking at things international, all my focus has been on what's going on in Venezuela right now. Things are heating up. All signs are pointing towards a ground invasion. I'm guessing within the next week or so. Hopefully things calm down and we can avoid a lot of BS, but you know how that goes. Keep my views out of this. It doesn't matter. What does matter is if things uh, get hot in Venezuela with the Marines landing. Uh, it could be quick, like Panama and Grenada, or it could be another Iraq. Who knows? We'll find out together. Again, hopefully nothing happens, but I gotta stay mindful of local protests. I gotta keep in back of my mind, would this escalate to an excuse for stateside violence? Uh, Sympathizers, other state agent or state actors, foreign state actors, uh, attacking power supply infrastructure, that kind of stuff. It's possible. Everything's getting crazy these days, and I can also expect supply chains disruptions. A lot comes through the Gulf and the Caribbean into the United States, so shipping will most likely be disturbed if we start lobbing missiles at each other. Local events. I kind of skipped this weekly debrief for a while, but I just wanted to mention that, the longest government shutdown is over, but I think the next one's coming soon. Our government cannot spend money wisely, and they like to spend a lot of it. So we're going to have another spending bill coming up in, I think, the end of January. Uh, I see no reason why that won't become political theater again with the Democrats and the Republicans butting heads and threatening to cut off support and all that kind of stuff for different programs. So, again, be mindful of that, uh, so on and so forth. The other thing that caught my attention, of course, is the National Guard soldiers being attacked in Washington, D.C. That's a powder keg waiting to go off, wouldn't you think? So, again, with all this type of stuff going on, I'm being more mindful of local protest, situation awareness. Fortunately, I live in an area where that kind of thing is nothing for me to really be too concerned about, but still, you never know these days. More mindful for personal security, theft protection, vandalism, that kind of stuff in case some local kids get a little crazy. And I'm also continuing to put more effort into helping out those locally with food shelves and stuff like that, just in case SNAP benefits and others go away again. Just general. Local events. This is where stuff actually happened. I live in northern Wisconsin, and this week we had our first real snowstorm of the year. It started off with some rain that went to about 4 or 5 inches of real heavy, wet snow, which is a pain to deal with, and brought on the first power outage of the season. Power was lost at my house for about 2 hours, more of an inconvenience than anything, but it did point out a few things I want to make little adjustments on. I've ordered another power station for the home, one of those EcoFlow type models. I want to have that set up permanently and my little home office here, mainly to power and provide constant power to my Wi-Fi router and all that stuff. As you know, just because your power goes out doesn't mean you lose internet service. So to keep my wireless devices going with connectivity, seeing everything on my personal network and outside through the internet is useful. There's a few other things in here, electronic items, radios behind me that I would like to have some continuous power for. So doing that. Also in Wisconsin, this week was the Wisconsin deer season. And with that, my freezer is now full. Tagged a buck, so I got some nice free range, cage free, organic protein. Well, as organic as it can be. Who knows what the deer ate, but got some protein source, a good supply in the freezer. I also purchased a pork package from the local butcher shop. So my freezer's full of meat. I'm set for the winter and some time forward. So that's a good thing for me. Winter is here. So let's sum things up here. Local stage, or global stage, I should say. Doing this all one take. Edits are staying the way they are because I'm lazy. Global stage. Things are going to get hot in the Caribbean. I don't see it cooling off. It's going to be a mess. Hopefully not a big mess, and hopefully not a mess for long, but it'll be a mess nonetheless. With those activities and the ice raids and the tragic shooting in BC, national stage is getting ready for some serious unrest, in my opinion. Maybe it'll be tampered down since winter is here, but we're really in a rough spot right now. So keep your head down. I'm keeping my head down, and keep in contact with those who are important to you. Make sure everybody has their needs met, they're safe, and stick together and stay out of the fray. Winter is here, so I do have some more stuff to do for winter, but I'm pretty much set. My wood pile is stacked and covered. As I mentioned before, my freezer is full. I've made some upgrades to better combat or deal with any power outages. So I'm just focusing now on increasing my savings, not get crazy with any purchases, even though I just bought a expensive power station. But keeping my supplies in check. It's, besides the weather inconveniences with storms and power outages, if things get a little crazy, it just may be good to stay away from public as much as possible. Uh, Avoid any place where there could be some unrest. Um, so that's about it. Hey, look at that. We're under 10 minutes this time. That's about it. Thank you for checking this out. It's just me screwing around, trying to keep a little sanity of what's going on in this crazy world right now as much as I can, and put a little content on this side channel of mine that's more focused on the preparedness side of things. And as you can see, it's pretty boring. It's pretty much just strategy, but that's the more important thing, the logistics and planning for being prepared versus buying a bunch of toys and stuff you don't need, but it's really cool to have. So with that, I'll wrap things up. Stay safe out there. Have a good week.